December 13th, 1943. High above the skies of Assam, a lone pilot climbs rapidly into the unknown. He was just ordered to scramble moments ago, and he has no idea what he's about to face. Second Lieutenant Philip R. Adair pushes his P-40 Lulubelle higher. In the distance, he spots what seems like 4 enemy aircraft. He moves closer, preparing for a quick engagement. But what he sees next freezes him instantly. These aren't just for planes. They are for full bomber formations. Each formation holds 6 bombers flying tight together, and they're heavily guarded by fighters above and below. That's over 60 Japanese aircraft heading straight forward. Their target, his home base, and nearby medical facilities. Meanwhile, the rest of his squadron is still taking off. There's no time to wait, no backup to rely on. One man against this force means near certain death. But Adair refuses to think about survival. He pushes the throttle to maximum power and charges directly toward the enemy formation. He radios control with calm urgency. They're about to release their bombs any second. I don't know how much I can do, but I'll try to disrupt their attack. He knows the fighters are a distraction. If he attacks them first, he loses surprise, so he makes a bold decision instantly. He will go straight for the bombers. Diving from above on the left side, he lines up. He opens fire from long range intentionally, not to destroy, but to shake their formation. Bright tracers streak across their flight path. The bombers begin to wobble and scatter slightly. Their steady formation starts to break apart. Pilots react nervously, adjusting their lines, and Adair slips behind them unnoticed. He locks onto the last bomber in the group, carefully aiming at its left engine. He fires a controlled burst into the target. Sparks and smoke appear from the impact point, but he passes too quickly to confirm damage, and now the Zeros are turning toward him. They're ready to strike at full force, but Adair is already preparing his escape. He shoves the control stick forward aggressively, rolling the aircraft into a negative G maneuver, then plunges into a high-speed dive, downward. The sky spins violently around him. Moments later, he pulls out and looks back. The Zeros have returned to guard the bombers. His attack caused confusion, but didn't stop them. The bombs are released toward their target. However, something is off. The bombing pattern is scattered and inaccurate. Many explosions fall short or miss. Completely, whether it was luck or Adair's attack, no one knows. Now he faces a critical decision. Turn back or go in again. He already survived impossible odds once, but something inside him refuses to stop. He climbs again above the formation, repositions himself behind the enemy group, and prepares for another daring attack run. This time, the enemy is fully alert. As he approaches, Zeros rush toward him from all directions. He quickly changes his plan mid-air dot. Instead of bombers, he targets a fighter, looking for a quick opportunity to strike. The first fighter evades him instantly, turning sharply and disappearing from sight. But the second one reacts too late. Adair closes in and opens fire. The enemy aircraft is hit hard. Its landing gear drops unexpectedly. Flames burst from the engine as it spirals and crashes deep into the jungle below. Adair pulls away immediately to escape, but he's not done yet. Not even close. He climbs again, thinking of one more attack, and dives toward the bombers once more. Before he can fire, chaos erupts. Zeros surround him from every direction. There's no clear path forward anymore. He prepares to escape again instantly. As he rolls over, he spots danger below. A Zero is climbing directly toward him. It has a perfect line of fire locked, and this time he cannot escape easily. Suddenly, gunfire explodes around him. Wham! 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 Echoes loudly. His aircraft is struck multiple times. It sounds like gravel smashing. Metal, he forces the plane into a steep dive, adjusting trim for more downward angle. Tracer rounds flash past at high speed. Then an explosion erupts behind him. Flames surge forward near the cockpit. Fire wraps around both sides briefly, but the intense dive kills the flames quickly. For now, he's still alive. The ground rushes closer at terrifying speed. He tries to pull the aircraft up, but something feels horribly wrong. The controls are barely responding. The jungle rises rapidly toward him. It looks like impact is unavoidable. With both hands, he fights the controls, pushing every ounce of strength into survival. At the last possible second, the nose finally lifts upward. He escapes death by mere moments and climbs back into the sky. Breathing heavily, he turns for home. The Zeros are now far behind him, but a new problem begins to appear. The aircraft refuses to stay level. It constantly pulls downward. Even with both hands, control is difficult. He struggles to keep the nose up and slowly begins losing altitude. Then he spots something unexpected nearby. A damaged Zero flying in the opposite direction. Smoke pouring heavily from its engine. Likely one he had hit earlier. They pass each other in silence, both pilots watching one another closely. Adair suddenly turns back, aggressively determined to finish what he started. He lines up perfectly behind the Zero dot, gets a clean targeting angle, pulls the trigger confidently, but hears nothing but empty clicks. No ammunition left. The enemy fires back immediately. Bullets tear through the air around him, but somehow none of them hit. Adair breaks away and escapes again. Now he's nearly 100 miles from base, his aircraft still struggling badly. He radios control with his position and prepares for a possible bailout. But then, an idea strikes him. He flips the aircraft upside down. Suddenly, the plane behaves better. It even begins to climb slightly. When the engine weakens, he flips back, right side up. It stabilizes again. He repeats this strange maneuver many times, balancing between control and disaster. Finally, his base appears ahead. For landing, he approaches upside down. At the last possible second, he rolls over. The wheels touch the runway smoothly. He lands safely. It was his 44th mission against more than 60 enemy aircraft, and somehow he survived it all. For this action, he was awarded the Silver Star. Later, he said something unforgettable. Mission 44 was the most intense experience of my life. I don't think I could ever handle that again. But from that day on, 44 became his lucky number. One man, one aircraft, against an entire sky filled with enemies. And somehow, he made it back alive.